Good evening, everyone. He is a prosecutor who thinks Muslims don't have constitutional rights and same-sex couples don't deserve protection under the state's domestic violence laws.
But today, Coffee County DA Craig Northcott told a Nashville judge his rights are being violated.
News Channel 5 Chief Investigative Reporter Phil Williams was in the courtroom, and Phil, that's an interesting defense.
Indeed it is. The DA's remarks came in a case where he was named a special prosecutor. Student activist Justin Jones was charged for throwing a paper cup of tea onto an elevator with House Speaker Glenn Cassada during a protest. Jones's lawyer wanted Northcott disqualified for his controversial views.
These are paper cups. This whole thing is ridiculous that he's being charged with assault for tossing a paper cup that didn't hit anybody or hurt anybody.
As Justin Jones prepared for his day in court, facing charges for this February incident on Tennessee's Capitol Hill.
My daughter made a little piece of cloth here, dropped the charges.
Allies gathered around a statue dedicated to the legendary African-American judge Adolfo Birch, cheering on the student activist as he headed inside.
If he thinks I am prosecuting his client wrongfully, he needs to put it before your honor and let you determine if there's probable cause.
Special Prosecutor Craig Northcott from Coffee County faced a motion filed by Jones's attorney to disqualify him. Nick Leonardo pointed to Facebook posts where Northcott claimed Muslims don't believe in the one true God, so they have no constitutional rights to protect.
We now have homosexual marriage.
This video also showed Northcott saying he does not use the state's domestic violence laws to protect same-sex couples. And in another Facebook post, he called national anthem protests by black athletes, quote, an attack on Christianity.
Because this case is every bit about free speech. This case is every bit about race and equality and marginalized populations. And with those sorts of views, Judge, it's impossible for Mr. Jones to get a fair trial.
A group of attorneys who've called for Northcott to be removed also tried to join in.
Your Honor, on behalf of myself, Mr. Teets, and 348 other members of the Tennessee Bar, we would ask this court for leave.
If I might interject real quickly, she has no standing. She's filed no motions. She is not even staked any type of notice. This is not the forum to do some grandstanding. It is constitutionally repugnant what they are trying to do. Everything you heard them argue just now was they don't like my theological and political beliefs.
You took an oath to uphold the laws of the state of Tennessee.
Absolutely. And I have done that with integrity for the last 5 years.
Regardless of his controversial beliefs, the judge ruled she has no authority to remove a prosecutor. Out in the crowded hallway.
And then I'm standing before this judge, and yet the real lawbreakers are the lawmakers down there on Charlotte Avenue in the Capitol.
Jones told supporters Northcott had offered to drop the charges, but only if he would promise not to return to Capitol Hill to protest.
And I refuse to take that deal because that is the people's house. That is not a palace. Who has the power? We have the power. What type of power? People power. Whose court? Our court. Whose court? Our court.
And Justin Jones returns to court on August 15th. Meanwhile, Northcott told the court he looked at the allegations that House Speaker Glenn Cassada's office altered an email to try to frame Jones for allegedly violating a previous court order to stay away from the Capitol. And he concluded that there was no altered email. However, he had absolutely no explanation for what we discovered were significant alterations in that email. Of course, we'll let you know what happens next.